The man at the center of a standoff in Spokane Valley says police have the story wrong. That standoff started when investigators said Lancaster confronted people in his ex-girlfriend's apartment and tried to fire some kind of a handgun. The gun jammed. When he left, authorities say he was followed by two people from the apartment complex and supposedly tried to shoot again. Eventually, he went into a home on Valley Way, and 3 hours later, negotiators got him out of the house. Lancaster spoke with KXLY4's Anusha Roy. She joins us now live with more about what he had to say.
Well, Ryan, Lancaster denies ever trying to shoot or point a gun at anyone. In fact, he told us that he had a BB gun, and today in court that was confirmed. The prosecutors say it doesn't excuse the fact that people thought the gun was real and that felt their lives were threatened. Through a glass window, Ryan Lancaster sat down with me right after being booked into jail. The man at the center of a Spokane Valley standoff says he's baffled by what happened.
Never fired it, never once fired it, never once pointed a drug at him and fired it.
Lancaster said he did go to his ex-girlfriend's apartment and they had a confrontation over money. He even admitted to taking her wallet, but said he never threatened her with a gun.
I never pulled it out in the apartment. I've never pulled a BB gun on her.
Lancaster claims that he was then chased from near the apartment by a large group of people. He thinks some people were after him because of the wallet, and that others were after him because they thought he had a real gun. That's when Lancaster said he pulled the gun out near North Pines Middle School, claiming some of the people knew it was a BB gun.
I slowed down to a walk and I'm turning around and I'm just kind of like, hey, I have a gun. The one guy's like, whoa, the other guy's, it's a BB gun.
Lancaster eventually reached this house on Valley Way. The SWAT team assembled outside and school children were on lockdown. But Lancaster said when he was inside the house, he ended up taking a cat nap.
I actually fell asleep, and what woke me up is the loudspeaker, and it was the SWAT team. They were saying my name.
But his accounts don't match up with what authorities and witnesses say happened. The ex-girlfriend told investigators Lancaster pulled a gun on her. She even heard the trigger click, but it didn't go off, so she suspected it was a BB gun. Authorities say two people followed the suspect, including Sean Lofbaum, who had no doubt that he was being threatened.
He reached into his bag and pulled a gun out and cocked it and pointed and said some foul words, and then we kind of backed off. I dialed 911.
Through the entire interview, Lancaster shook his head at the allegations.
It shocked me more than anybody.
Now today in court, the judge did not allow any of the charges to be dropped. Lancaster is facing a range of charges from robbery to assault. Bond was set at $100,000. In the newsroom, Anusha Roy, KXLY4 HD News.